Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Women's Cave. I had to make sure it was recording.
This is the second time. You need to learn
doing a dance. Doing a
humility,
dance. Doing a dance. Doing a dance.
and
doing
how
a
to dance.
Wow.
What?
And how to dance. And how to dance. That's why you have lipstick on your teeth. And then
is she lying to me?
let me do it.
She's totally lying to you. You don't have lipstick.
Oh, let me do the sign language. Boom. Gotcha. Yeah. Yes, your head should shrink, and you should be looking. Because I'm Jade and I won.
Oh, dude, you remember, and you did it in a facetious way. I will know
all the coffee.
And just remember that I am not the narcissist.
You're the lady in the room.
I can't even say that.
You shouldn't be able to say that with a straight face. Because you know it's cloudy and the lightning will strike you.
Oh,
just tell her.
I'm done now.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, so we wrote some books, y'all.
Yes, we
did. And
did.
we thought divorce was bad with other life lessons. And we thought being grown up was easy.
It's not easy. We thought so.
Yeah. You know what, y'all? I'm going to just let Winona do it because apparently she hates how I do it. So I'm going to sit back in my chair. Go ahead, Winona. Do it.
No.
Do it. Do it. And I thought, what?
And I thought being grown up was easy.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you don't just want your job back? Because I can't remember.
No, you thought. And I thought I could juggle it all.
Thank you. And I thought I could juggle it all. And I thought I did my journey alone. And I thought he was the one.
Didn't we all?
Yes. And I thought I had it all figured out. So I can do this because Jade's not doing it. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, this is episode 1. So Hollywood, if you're listening out there, I need this to become a film. I need to be more famous.
No, she does not. And she knows it's not ready because somebody called her bluff on it. And guess what happened? She was like, I was joking.
That's so true. We have a producers roundtable and all the people were like, oh, I have production houses. Do you want another? No, I lied.
So you don't want to make it a movie? Really?
Anyway, the misfit guy.
A sassy sway. A sassy sway that leaves Cooker Friend. Listen, guys, cocktail flores and the LBD.
And we're still ignoring that question.
And the 25 hottest indie authors, advocates, and artists, or something like that. It's the AAA, y'all.
Can I do mine?
And Just Wait in Life, you can check that out on Amazon.com or at www.andrewthought.com. We're all about. Are you gonna let me do this? I'm gonna straight up fold my arms across my chest.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Check out everything that we do on www.andwethought.com. Our book, you go to the ladies page, you go to the middle, you can see the charities that we proudly support, and also our books are also on Amazon.com.
Okay. Wonderful guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, ladies, first of all. And wow, I swear to God, you guys are insanely talented. Look at all of your books. I'm like, I got like a movie.
Your hat is good. You have a hat. Your hat is good.
I will say that my hat is one of my favorite things. So my name is Bonet Bartron. I'm a screenwriter and director. And yeah, I have a film in theaters this weekend called Unbridled. So I think that's why you guys made some extra time for me today. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was like, hey, anything to get the fourth cup of coffee.
Right.
Wow.
That's where I'm at right now.
Her fourth. I love the size of your coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee cup.
Right. I got it at Honeydukes, which, you know, the Harry Potter land.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's my little snitch. Just saying.
Yeah.
My sister sent that to me. My grown-ass sister sent that to her grown-ass sister, me, for Christmas. Just saying. Anyway.
And you love it.
I do. I love it very much. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay, I have to say, first and foremost, you are fulfilling a dream of mine.
Yes.
I wanted to interview a director.
Oh.
And all I have less is less. Oh, my word.
Less.
Once I start.
Oh, you had less, Will?
Yes, I have less.
Have you been sipping on the flask? It's too early for day drinking.
Yes.
So all I have left is someone that does casting. Yeah. I just want to do a casting director, and I'm done. I think I don't need to do another LA interview.
Well, let's talk later.
Do another LA interview.
We have to do you again, of course. But
yeah.
anyway.
Well, maybe we can hook you up with one of the casting directors from my movies. I've got a couple of projects that are casting right now, so let's talk later. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so let's talk about making dreams come true. Now let's talk about your dream.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Unbridled. Let's talk about your dream, Unbridled.
So yeah, Unbridled. Well, I mean, it started off with I had moved to North Carolina pretty much because I wasn't sure about living in LA after like my mentor passed away. It was like a whole thing. So I went to North Carolina. Sorry?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, thanks. It sucked. Like, it was awful, but like he was amazing and just like a wonderful dude. So anyway, I went to North Carolina for a hot minute just to like take a beat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And while out there, I, of course, like got a call from a friend who was like, hey, I've got a movie for you to produce. And I was like, it's not really what I'm doing out here. And he's like, yeah, I think you're going to be interested. So he introduces me to Moving Pictures, which is, Moving Pictures, which is the company we did it with. And they told me about this real life ranch in North Carolina where they take women who have been sex trafficked and abused, and they pair them with horses who have been victims of, you know, assault as well, like beatings and whatnot. And that they like work together to heal each other. And I had never heard of anything quite like that. So I actually got to go to the place where they actually do this great work. And I won't say where it is just to keep the innocent
please
faith,
don't.
you know? Yeah. But the point is like, it really inspired me. I was just like, whoa. And the woman who ran it was just like this thunderously powerful woman who also had like such a huge heart. And I had never seen anybody kind of like her before on screen either. And so then they handed me what they had, they had for a script. Mm-hmm. And the script was awful. I mean, it was like a joke how bad it was.
My episode 1. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. But we all have those, okay? But they handed it, and so pretty much what they had in the script was that the horse's name was Dreamer, that the name of the movie would be Unbridled, and that they wanted it to be about, you know, the relationship between the girl and the horse. And everything else, I was like, okay, well, if you guys are hiring me to be a producer on this, I'm not really sure there's much to produce. So they actually, yeah, it's okay though. I mean, it was their first real movie. Like, they do a lot of PR and stuff. So this was like their first time like making movies, you know what I mean? So anyway, they asked me if I would take a crack at writing the script. And I was like, well, I'd have to start over again, like this, like square one. And so they said yes. So they gave me 5 days to turn in a draft. I'm not kidding, because we had a timeline for shooting already. And so I turned it in like 4.5 days, which I've never written a script that fast in my life. And I don't ever want to.
High five, man.
Thank you. Right?
All of you who are listening that are authors, it's stupid hard.
It's stupid hard. It sucks. But it ended up being like, it just kind of came out because like the story was so real and whatnot. And I wanted to tell the story in a very like realistic way without being gratuitous. And also we wanted to have a PG rating. Like they had very specific stipulations for like, for example, like the amount of cleavage I'm showing would have been absolutely nixed out of the movie. Like very specific regulations. It was crazy. So for me, I mean, my other movies are about like stoners and war and you know what I mean? So for me, like not being able to use words like crap were super difficult. Yeah, it was super difficult, especially like having abused people not using words like crap, right? So I had to like write it into the narrative. Well, so anyway, long story short, they went ahead and sent it out, like the script to get tested, and people loved the script. And so they decided to go ahead and move forward on that. And at that point, it was really interesting. I knew Unbridled for me was more than anything a like message from the universe. It was like, okay, Bonet, your time of chilling and like recovering and kind of mourning and everything is over. Time to get back home. You've got work to do. And so I literally, my boyfriend and I were like, okay, that's it. We moved back to LA. We were like, we're done. Like, time of mourning is over. Back home. And we moved back here right after we were done with Unbridled. And I honestly didn't know if it was going to get made. There was a lot of, there were a lot of issues with the money. There were a lot of issues with different people. They offered me to direct the project, but at the time, like, I knew I needed to come home. And like, it ended up being one of those things where I was like, thank you so much. Like, go ahead and let one of your people direct this movie. I'm going back home. I'm going back home. So it was funny though, because I literally, I talked to the owner of the real place a few times, and she was just like, well, we're not sure what's happening with the movie. We're not sure what's happening with the movie. And then next thing I know, I get a call from the distributor. Oh, we're actually in theaters, and we're opening, I want to say it was either 13 or 20 theaters, and then we're going to go wider based on numbers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, wow. So it was kind of an amazing little thing. It was 3 years ago when they shot the movie, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, by the way, that little movie that you did, like, it's actually in theaters now. So that was kind of an exciting surprise. I've seen the movie once, too. So I'm going to go and see it this weekend.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. That's a lovely story.
Thanks. It's kind of crazy, right?
It is. Yeah. It is kind of crazy.
But I don't know. I hear that this whole development thing takes a long time, and getting to actual theaters is a really long time.
Yeah.
I was just writing an article, and I don't do this often, and someone was like, yeah, I have a movie.
We don't write articles, we write books.
We write books, yeah. And we write
Yeah,
books.
you do.
And we write poetry, so we really don't write
Yeah, you do. I love that.
Apparently. And so they were like, yeah, it's been like, my movie's been around for like 7, 8 years. And then so when I came to write it, I was just like, it's in LA development. That's what we're going to call it. Yeah. The general public's going to be like, it'll be out next month. Everyone else is going to be like, oh, yeah, I get it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that's really kind of crazy. That's like one of the reasons that I started my show, Hollywood Secret Sauce, was to kind of give people like that insight. Because a lot of times people think, oh, you write a movie and then it goes to production, and maybe a year later it comes out because it has to get edited, and they like can conceptualize that, you know what I mean? But like the concept of like hearing, yes, we're going, like, for example, one of my films was funded last year and we are just now casting it. You know what I mean? Like, it takes, depending on the movie. Another one of my movies, I got offered this feature. It's another one I'm directing this year. I got offered this feature in November, and we're going to start working on it in March. So like, some of them happen that fast and some of them take forever. And then when it comes out, like, I mean, that's another thing too. It's kind of like selling a house. You can either sell it to the first person who wants to buy your project, but you may only make however much of your percentage of your budget back from that sale, or you can wait a minute and like do certain things to hype it up, and there's a whole bunch of different ways to distribute nowadays. And like, so I think the timelines are even more jacked up than they used to be. Like,
okay.
They're everywhere, they're everywhere.
Isn't that for like everything though? Even in I'm going to just take it from our experience from the book market, right? You can self-publish it, you can hybrid publish it, you can traditional publish it, you can go through vanity, you can also do like an agent and like really, really traditionally publish it.
Right.
And it depends on what you want and how much money you want to make up.
Right. Right. And how much you're willing to wait, right? Because that's the other part is like, I mean, that's one of the reasons that they say, like, especially in the film industry, I wonder if it's the same in the book industry, but like, never have an investor where it's most of their money or a good part of their wealth is tied up in your movie, because there's a good chance that they're going to want to get paid back immediately, and it may not be the best deal for the movie or the best distribution for the movie. So like, it's interesting.
It is.
Well, it is. I mean, it's like self-published, like there are people that, oh, I just quit my job and this is what I'm going to do. You're probably not going to get your money back quickly. But if you had like your regular job and you were marketing, you did all the stuff, like 3 or 4 years later, you might actually see all your money back plus.
Wow. Yeah. See, that's a good point too. You think about like self-publishing and stuff, like that stuff wasn't even nearly as realistic as it has in the last 5 years. Right.
Oh yeah. No. I decided I wanted to self-publish after I walked away from a traditional deal. And yeah, I'm talking about me with an LA director in the room, and I'm talking about me.
Good for you. Yeah.
So no, that's true. And so what I decided to do was I opened up my own publishing house. I bought a printer and everything, like industrial size, and I found the glue, and I learned about the paper, and I formatted and cut, and I did everything. And then I had like 4 or 5 authors under me, and then I did the marketing, and we went on book tour, and we did it all, and I did it all. Because
Oh my God, you're
there was
amazing.
no Amazon at the time.
There was Amazon.
Right.
There was
Amazon, but
there was no create space that was really good.
Yeah, theirs was not good. And now, like, she came back to it, and now it's like Amazon is wonderful. Like, thank you for all of this easiness.
Not
Seriously,
anymore.
oh my God. What'd you say?
I said not anymore. Like Amazon isn't great anymore, but it was
changing
back then. But,
Is it not good to publish on Amazon now?
Well, it is. It's just doing. Amazon is being a company, which is changing the rules, doing stuff. But you have to understand that anything you have to change to grow. So
Totally.
Not gonna be like a company if they stay the same as they were 5 years ago, then they're gonna fail.
Totally. Well, are you guys like not publishing with them now? Like, how do you guys publish your books then?
We absolutely do publish with them.
I got you.
They're changing some of the rules, and it's a whole like indie author debate thing, and everyone's
up in arms.
They're like,
okay,
and I don't know if I know how to do this. Blah, blah. And how we stand on it is, if you don't change, they won't grow, and then we won't have anybody. So.
No, you're right. I mean, stagnation is the root of all death, of all good things. So you're totally right.
Yeah. So that's kind of how it is right now. Granted, I did switch over to another platform, but I always have the option of going back to doing it all myself.
Seriously though, like, I mean, at least you know how to do it, because that's the hardest part. And once you know how to do it, you can delegate those jobs better, instead of just like randomly handing your book to somebody and saying like, please make my book good, like, or people see it and read it, instead of that, like, exactly the steps. So I actually think that's really smart anyway. Like, I would actually suggest everybody self-publishes or makes their own thing at first, no matter what, because then when you go through the process with another company too, you can, keep an eye and make sure that they're handling you right. But also you can, kind of oversee, because nobody cares about a project as much as you do, your project. Your baby is your baby for a reason. So, like, I mean, that's one of the reasons, like, even what I do, like, I've literally taken jobs in every single department inside the film industry. Like, I've worked in camera, I've worked as, all the crew. I was a production designer for years, like all of that, so that I could be able to communicate better with the crew and be able to like help people be on the same page. So it's kind of the same thing like what you did, is like, maybe now you don't need to be self-publishing yourself, but you at least know every single thing that they're doing, so you can keep an eye on everything. Right?
Some people,
that is so true.
It's so true, because some people are like, how did you get this color pages? I went with white pages. We were like, no, we've been there and done that, and we recognize the computer. Get a little something with a little color on it.
I was happy.
Yeah.
I could not get
so like on the inside, it's so beautiful. It's clean color.
Ooh, I wish I could see it a little better. Your light is so pretty. What's that?
It's a different quality of paper, and it's literally the only paper that you can get if you are a publisher.
Right.
You get that paper yourself.
Right. And if you
that
go
makes
with
sense.
white paper, people are going, oh, this is an indie book. But if you go with cream color paper, they're like, oh, it looks like a regular book.
Oh my God. See, that's brilliant. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
But
of course.
Out there, everyone that's self-publishing, go with the cream color paper, because then they won't know the difference.
God, that is so
That was
smart.
my secret. Don't just be telling people my secret for free.
It
literally took me years.
They can have it for free.
Oh, it's so good. We're going to have you two come on The Secret Sauce to talk about writing, because like we mostly do just television or like TV and movies, you know what I mean, on our show. But like, you guys should come in and talk about publishing, because that's
I have an idea for the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this after we finish recording, because we want people to come out and see the movie. But
okay, fine. You're right.
What cities is it opening in?
Oh, sorry. We just broke up a tiny bit. What'd you say?
What city is it open? What cities are they opening in?
Oh, that's such a good question. I guess I should have probably memorized that. I know, no, it's fine. I know we're opening in Los Angeles. I know we've got a couple theaters in Colorado. I know there's some in Texas. And everybody else, you can check it out by going to unbridledmovie.com. And there is a list of all the theaters right there.
Absolutely. Say it one more time so people can know about the list of theaters. One more time.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can totally go to unbridled.com, Unbridled movie. Let me do that again. You're going to edit this anyway, right?
No.
No.
Mistakes are
Yes.
human. Mistakes happen. That's human.
That's all right. I have a giant hair in my eye now, and I just won't pick at it. I'll just like cry right now while we're talking.
No.
No. It's
Mistakes
okay.
are human.
I'm like, oh. No. So
There you
There you go.
She had to get a hair out. You can't know
Right?
with a hair in their eye. It just
Everything is just like in my eye this morning. I don't usually get up this early. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was up until like 4 o'clock last night. It's cool. It's just like that's my normal. I work like, especially right now I'm writing, and I also have a pitch package that's due for a TV show that I'm creating.
Yeah.
And so I have been like burning the midnight oil, like just trying to get it done. And it's hilarious because like Kenny, my boyfriend, and I this morning, we were like, holy crap, we're watching the sun come up. This might be the first time in years. That we've done this.
We do that on a Greek island.
Right? The only time I do that is if I'm getting paid and or it's my movie and I'm on set. Like, only way I get up that early.
So they can check it out at
And for you.
movie.com.
So, okay, you're right. Okay, so you can go and check out Unbridled, which is opening this weekend in theaters by going to unbridledmovie.com. There's a list of all the theaters that are playing. And if you don't see your theater on there right now, don't worry about it. In about a week, they'll be releasing other cities if it goes wider. And if not, they'll be telling you where you can stream it. I can't believe we can stream it. That means people are going to be watching it. Oh my God. Because I don't know about you. I stream everything. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you.
Buying it. Or I think like if it's in DC, we might actually drive out to the DC theater and go see it.
You know, that's a good that's a good question. I think there is one either in
Go to unbridledmovie.com.
You guys are the best. Yes. That's exactly where you
We're gonna wrap this up because this hair is being annoying.
Yes.
Is it can you tell? Can you guys see
No.
it? Okay. No, I'm good now. Like I'm okay now.
Okay, you're good. Okay.
As I like dig out my eyeball. Anyway.
Thank you so much, Monet, for coming on. We really appreciate it. And you guys can check out her movie at
unbridledmovie.com. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for having me on. Seriously, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. We can talk about
You're welcome, and you can check out all the things that your ladies are doing at www.andwethought.com. Remember that wisdom is all around you.
You're open to finding and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Winona. I'm going to paint this one red and this one blues, you guys. So the next time, on my red and blue nails.
And Jade, she's not. She's too cheap for that. Bye-bye.